This cheap bottle sold to Thai truck drivers and this man falling from space are somehow the exact same product. 40 years ago, this company did not exist. Its founder was nobody, and the drink was invented by someone else. It began with one exhausted man, one strange local drink, and an idea every expert swore would fail. Today, it sells billions of cans in over 170 countries, while barely advertising the drink at all. This is how a fizzy drink became the most powerful feeling on Earth. And it starts somewhere you'd never expect. Not a boardroom, not a lab, a hot Thai highway, and the men who drove it through the night. Thailand, the 1970s. For men driving trucks through the night, exhaustion was the enemy, and they had a weapon. A cheap tonic called Krating Daeng, Thai for Red Bull, sweet, syrupy, loaded with caffeine, beloved by the working poor. It was invented by this man, Chaleo Uvidya. Born dirt poor, no famous name, no connections at all. As a boy, he reportedly sold fruit to survive. He built a fortune on medicine, and this humble tonic was his masterpiece. Inside, caffeine, sugar, and taurine, an amino acid your own body already makes, harmless. But its strange name would soon cause panic. Across Thailand, it was everywhere, but it stayed trapped in one country, a working-class secret the world had never tasted. Then, one night, an outsider arrived, a man whose own life had gone nowhere, about to be handed everything. His name was Dietrich Mateschitz. 40 years old, a middling toothpaste salesman, flying around Asia, going nowhere. Crushed by jet lag in a Bangkok hotel, he was handed a local cure for tiredness. He drank it. The fog lifted, and this failing salesman had a thought that would make him a billionaire. What if the world would pay to feel awake? In 1984, the two men shook hands. Each put in around $500,000. Chaleo took 51%, Mateschitz 49%, and the right to conquer the West. They kept the wild bulls. They kept the name, Red Bull. Everything else, Mateschitz was about to change. First, he added bubbles, carbonating it for European tongues. Then he made choices that looked completely insane. He made the cans smaller than every rival, and charged far more, in a market obsessed with bigger and cheaper. Because the price wasn't a mistake, it was the message. This is not a soft drink. This is an edge. He remortgaged and borrowed everything he could. For 2 full years, Red Bull didn't make a single cent. Then he tested it. Disaster. Focus groups hated the taste, the logo, the price. Reportedly, nothing had ever scored so badly. Any sane man would have stopped. He didn't. He bet his entire future on a drink the experts swore nobody wanted. 1st of April, 1987, Red Bull launched in Austria on April Fool's Day.
It has a very distinct
smell. At first, the joke was on him. Sales crawled. And regulators panicked over that ingredient, taurine, banning or restricting it for years in some countries. So he tore up the rule book. Forget supermarkets. He aimed straight at the people who'd pay anything for a lift. Then bartenders mixed it with vodka. Overnight, Red Bull became the fuel of every dance floor in Europe.
Hey,
Students in branded cars
perfect.
handing
Thanks,
out
I
free
needed that.
cans, empties left outside the coolest clubs. It always looked like everyone was drinking it. By 1990, it finally turned a profit. By the mid-90s, Mateschitz was a millionaire many times over. Then came 4 words that rewired marketing forever. Not tastes great, Red Bull gives you wings. Notice the trick. They never told you what was in the can. They told you who you'd become after drinking it. By 1997, it hit America, the hardest market on Earth. Same playbook, and it exploded. He paid unknown extreme athletes, cliff divers, base jumpers, before fame found them. Red Bull didn't find stars, it made them. Rivals were copying the drink, so he made his boldest move yet, one nobody in the industry understood. He stopped paying for ads and started making his own shows. In 2007, Red Bull Media House, flying machines, cliff dives, ice races down city streets, insane spectacles watched by millions, funded entirely by the can. His Formula One team, once a laughingstock, went on to win world championships, beating billion-dollar car makers. He bought football clubs, music festivals, esports, anywhere young people chased a feeling, Red Bull was already waiting. Then, the masterpiece. In 2012, Red Bull sent a man to the edge of space and dropped him. Reportedly, 8 million watched him fall live. No advert, no pitch, just a feeling and a logo over the heart. The jump cost a fortune, but the footage replayed free for years. He'd spent millions to never buy an advert again. His success spawned an army of copycats. Monster, Rockstar, dozens more. None could copy the one thing that mattered. Every event fed the media house. Every film sold the feeling. Every feeling sold a can that paid for the next event. Here's why it works. You watch something breathtaking. Adrenaline floods you, and right at the peak, the logo is there. Over years, your brain staples that feeling to the brand. The can stops being a drink. It becomes a souvenir. Chemically, sugar, caffeine, taurine, water. Everything that made it worth the price was never in the can. It was in your head. It hasn't been without controversy. Debates over caffeine and health, and tragedies at extreme events have followed the brand. Mateschitz had one rule: never be boring. He'd rather burn money on a spectacle than buy a single safe advert. And once you see the trick, you can't unsee it. The phone selling belonging, the shoe selling rebellion. He wrote the playbook. The man who built it stayed in the shadows for nearly 40 years. When he died in 2022, he left an empire. Today, his son helps steer it. The Uvidia family still holds their share, and the bulls still charge across nearly every border. From a truck stop Tonic to the edge of space, from a bored salesman to a global empire, built on something that isn't even a drink. The drink was never the point, the feeling was. But there's one company that took this exact trick even further. It aimed the very same idea at children on a scale Red Bull never dared. It may be the most powerful brand alive.